Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I want to talk about doorway pages, what those are, and the reason why I'm having this conversation with you today is I've had conversations with a few people over the last couple of weeks where they're asking this question. Doorway pages are supposed to be against Google's terms of service, and our competitors are using these gateway pages, and Google should penalize them into the dirt because these are spammy and they shouldn't rank with these. Let's talk about what doorway pages are first so you understand what I'm talking about, and why doesn't Google penalize these always? Why do you see places ranking with these? Okay, so a doorway page in this aspect, what we're talking about is where your competitor, they might have an office in one city. Let's say that they have a office. Well, we'll just say, for example, they have an office in Sacramento, California. But they want to rank for all these different places. Maybe they want to, rank for San Jose, and they want to rank for San Francisco and Los Angeles and Phoenix, Arizona, and maybe New York City, Houston, Texas. They want to rank for all these different places around. And so they build all these gateway pages where basically, it's usually not that extreme unless we're talking about digital marketing, but you get the point of what I'm saying. They make all these different pages for all the different neighborhoods around your city. They make all these different pages for every city within a 50 or 100 mile radius of where you're at, because they're trying to pick up that business. They want to rank for people searching for that service that they offer in those cities. And according to Google's guidelines, these are basically like duplicated pages, and you'll see these a lot still, where people, they might change, the pages are basically identical to one another, and all they really change is the name of the city, and that's basically it, and everything else is exactly the same on each page. And people say that's duplicate content, they should be penalized. These should not rank, they're spammy. And yes, according to Google's guidelines, they are spammy, but the reality is a lot of times these do rank. And I think a lot of it comes down to how far, well, it comes down to a few things. First, it's like, how useful are these pages to the people Googling it and landing on these pages? Second thing is, how much authority does this site actually have? And third, can this page actually deliver what they promise? Can they service people in this location? Now, for example, let's say that you're an auto body shop and you're in Sacramento, but you want to rank for some of these other cities that are around. You want to rank for like Roseville, you want to rank for Folsom, El Dorado Hills, maybe you want to rank for Elk Grove, and so you build all these gateway pages, you build these doorway pages for all these different places. Now, people can drive to your location, they can drive to your garage in Sacramento, and so this is not really all that bad. And if you're going to do this, well, I would recommend, by the way, secret. Have a list of all your services. Put a map with directions to your shop, to where it is useful and people can find your shop very easily. List all your services, your hours of operation, your contact information, all that sort of thing on there, and a contact form. This is a recommendation from me to you. If that is like the basis of it there, and you're saying like they should only rank for the one location that they're in, if it's in the same region and people are within driving distance, it's not that bad. Google is not going to penalize those at all. That is the reality. These are still probably going to rank for those cities, because Google is probably going to rank like Yelp #1. They're going to rank garages that are in those cities like number 2, 3, and then you'll probably be somewhere in that top 10 mix. You'll probably never be number 1 if you're not located in that city itself, and you're not going to outrank Yelp. But you are most definitely going to probably be in that top 10 if you have a landing page that is put together in a way that's useful for people. So that sort of gateway page, still useful. Maybe it's against Google's guidelines, technically, but Google is not going to penalize it. And if your strategy is to go to Google and try and report this and say, our competition is being spammy, penalize them, please, That's not going to happen. If your strategy is to just narc out your competitors to Google about their spammy practices, more than likely what's going to happen is you're going to lose a lot of these SEO battles. And relying on Google to penalize stuff, you're going to be very, very disappointed because a lot of times they do not penalize anyone for this stuff. Okay, so let's give a different example. And this is an example, let's say a digital marketing agency. And this happens quite a bit, actually. If you Google any city in the US, and any big city, let's say any mid-sized city, any city that's like 200,000 people or more, and you do that city plus SEO or that city plus digital marketing agency, chances are that you are going to see at least one result that is a doorway page. If you're talking about big cities like New York, San Francisco, LA, Chicago, Houston, Miami, chances you might see like 2 or 3 different gateway doorway pages from other agencies that might have like one office. Maybe they have 2 offices, but not in those cities that they have doorway pages to. The fact of the matter is those agencies can still deliver that work. They can still deliver that work to people, and they're not bound by distance. So Google is not going to penalize these, and I see these rank all the time. And the reason why they rank is because more often than not, they have the authority to rank. If you tried to do a bunch of doorway pages with a site that only has 5 or 6 sites linking into it, then you're not going to have the authority to pull this off. But if you have a website and you've got 500, 600 sites linking into it, then you're going to have a much better chance at doing this. And quite honestly, a lot of the big SEO firms, they do this. They have landing pages for all the major cities in the US. And relying on Google to penalize them, it's going to be a long wait for you if that is your strategy. The best thing to do is if you are going to go this route of doorway pages and you're able to deliver this service cross-country and it is useful to people, you are actually able to physically deliver whatever service it is. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're HVAC and you have one location and you're trying to rank for something like 1,000 miles away. Don't try and do that. But if it's within driving distance, then do it. But if you're a digital agency or if you do some other kind of creative work that can be delivered long distance, there's no reason for you not to do this. The things that I would recommend, try and make each page unique. The things that I would recommend doing, have some sort of photo with a landmark from that city. Maybe have a little bit of a blurb or something about the city. Do some original research. Doesn't need to be a whole essay on it, just a little bit. But put your phone number. If you have a local office in that city, then obviously you're going to probably rank. Put the local phone number, local area code, those sorts of things. Try and change it up. Make the pages a little bit different, even though most people don't. Even though most people, all they change is the city name, you're still going to rank. The point that I'm making here is don't rely on Google to penalize stuff. Don't go into the Google Webmaster Forum and say, my competitor's spammy. Oh, penalize them, because you're going to be waiting a long, long, long time. It's not going to happen. Doorway pages do rank in regions where a site, if they have enough links coming in and they have enough authority to pull this off, authority, the EAT authority, that's links, guys, links. Then it's going to be successful. But like I said, these can rank, and Google obviously does not penalize them because in a lot of cases, they still rank. Now, I want to address one last thing because you're probably thinking this at the end too. There's a lot of people that put stuff at the bottom of their page. Let's say that you're in a big city. Let's say that you're in the Bay Area, and you're going to put like all the different cities. We serve San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, Concord, Antioch, Campbell, Sunnyvale, Los Gatos, San Rafael, all these different ones. Yeah, you could do that. It does not mean that you're going to rank for those cities if you just put that at the bottom of your site. The best bet that you could do is what I described and make a doorway page. Even though it is technically against Google's guidelines, look at the search results and you will see that Google does not really penalize these like they try and tell you that they do. Like I said, the best thing to do, put a landmark, Put the city, try and make it unique, describe it, give driving directions if that's appropriate, say how far it is from your actual main location or the location that's nearest to that destination. Put any other information in there that's going to be useful to the people in that city. If you have reviews from that city, that's a good idea too. There's another conversation that I saw on Reddit. I want to close with this one too. Somebody said this too. They were talking about doorway pages, and they were complaining about a competitor. They were using Trustpilot, and they put in structured data into each page, and this is obviously spammy. It's obviously against Google's rules. They should be penalized. Now, if they're using an embed of Trustpilot in their reviews, and they're just embedding that as an iframe in or a widget into that page, that is not marking anything up illegally. That is their actual reviews. As long as people have a mechanism for leaving a review for that service or that product or that company on the page, it's not spammy. It's not illegally being marked up. Now, what would be a situation where you might get into danger with marking up schema would be if you took your Google reviews and then marked it up and put it into a page with the aggregate rating and the final rating, and didn't leave a way for people to leave a review for you. There has to be a mechanism for people to leave a review. Don't mark up stuff and then put it in the site, but you can do embeds, you can do widgets for structured data. That is perfectly acceptable as long as people can click through and leave a review. That's not going to get you in trouble. Hate to break it to you. So doorway pages, yes, Google says no, but the search results and the SERPs, the search engine results pages, say yes. No matter what Google says with this, as long as it's useful and you can deliver the service, you're likely to rank with them. That's the truth. I hope this doesn't burst your bubble too bad, but I just needed to get this out and let you know that this is the truth. Now, I'm not advising that everybody go do this. I'm just saying, use your better judgment, exercise caution, use your brain, whether you want to do this or not. This is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here every single day making videos on SEO. Would love to see you subscribe. That's all I have for now. Until next time, peace!